Hello everybody, welcome to the Silver Gauntless channel for today's race featuring SDGShawn vs. Bossage from Challenge Cup Group H. I am one of your commentators, I am Diggers129, and my fellow commentator right here, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Bread-Kun. Hello everybody.
This should be a very entertaining race. Let's see what we start with. Looks like we're going to be starting with Water Medallion today.
Water Medallion, a child start, and that looks like Shawn as a start as well.
Oh, that just means Mido Skip is not going to be a thing today.
Mido Skip will be a thing.
I'm interested in seeing where they drop with it being a child start. Kokiri Forest would be great just to knock out that quick checks, but I could also see a Kakariko start being very useful.
Let's see. Well, a lot of seeds have been starting in Kakariko Market. I mean, I've seen even bets and I've seen bets in previous chats over such a thing. We'll see. Usually, I've seen a lot of Kakariko, a lot of Market, and a lot of Lost Woods. But we'll see.
Well, here's hoping for a good race nonetheless. It looks like we are getting underway.
Graveyard Ledge. And Frogs 2 is already dead.
One less thing you have to worry about.
Well, I suppose they keep their fingers crossed. They might be able to avoid AD, but we'll see.
We're getting a ledge peak here. And a chicken start.
Nothing on the ledge. And chicken start is...
Considering where you're starting, it's not the worst thing in the world if he actually goes through with the chicken start.
It looks like Shawn might be having a problem. I noticed his movement was kind of funky at the start. He wasn't moving at full speed.
Yeah, I saw that as well, and I think I just saw Epona's is on OT, if I read that correctly.
So, AD might be avoidable. Probably is avoidable. Unless we get the classic Stone Forest as your item and also in the basement, but there's nothing else. Have fun.
Something this chicken start is allowed, because I have watched plenty of Shawn streams over the years. Shawn does not like doing chickens early, so we are getting a divergence right off the bat.
I mean, I don't blame him for avoiding chicken. Like, it is a bad check overall to do, logically, because of how long it takes for one singular check. But it has the potential to pay off massively.
Oh, I've seen that check pay off several times over the years.
Because if you decide to avoid chickens, when the hell are you gonna go back and do chickens? Like,
when it is your last check and you have nothing else to check.
And at that point, you're probably far behind.
I don't have a problem with early chickens, especially because they started right here in CAC. It actually does make some sense.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the worst idea if you just happen to just be here at the very start of the seed, and it's like, well, I mean, if you lose it, you're pretty much committing to either you gamble and pay off well, or you lose a couple minutes at the start, which isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, if your execution is... Oh, magic on the roof. That's nice.
I have a feeling Shawn is going to pick that up. Like I think he just avoided it just to do adult calculator. Leave all those checks for it.
Just to hammer it out all at once.
Magic is nice. At the moment, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that does nothing for them at all.
That's one less worry if you need to do shadow, at least.
Very true. And Chickens is dead.
Bloopy. What do we got here at Epona's? ZL.
Oh, ZL. That's not a bad one to have there at all.
Very early ZL. Maybe. Actually, yeah. Probably what I would do here is I would check the silo, then save work back over to Ocarina Graveyard and just do Composer Grave real quick. Flame storage, just get that done all at once.
Yeah, clear out as much of the graveyard as you can since you have that quick little teleport.
Plus, you might get a warp song out of Composers.
And warp songs are worth it. Depending on the warp song, of course.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Shawn is not making that play. Perhaps going to Market or Kokiri Forest first, maybe?
Valley would be a good play right here, in my opinion, just because you are halfway there. But Valley is what, 2 checks right now?
Valley's 2 checks and only one check up. Well, you can see 1 check at the lake. You can only get 1. You can get fishing and then just keep whatever dive is. Yeah, so far we've only seen 2 hint stones. Only Cacopen and Graveyard.
And it does look like Shawn is heading towards Valley.
Well, let's see if Bossage makes the same play. Made the early chickens. Will he do early Valley as well? Both of them are time commitments for Child for sure to do early. It does also keep them from the back of your head, sitting there going, "Oh no, is the item there?"
Yeah, it's actually very good to get these out of the way early. I've seen Valley just butcher runs. There's always been like 1 little item that's in Waterfall or 1 on the crate and you just never go and do.
Oh man, my first race in this in my bracket was ruined by Gerudo Valley having the 1 item to progress the entire seed for me. Oh, that was nice.
That is awful. That is an awful, awful feeling. I can't say I've ever had anything ruin a race for me, because I've actually never raced. I only do Zooter casually.
Honestly, I only started racing not too long ago. I just for this season, honestly, I only did Zooter casually a couple times and decided, hey, I'm just gonna jump into racing because why not? I just want to see how I do, and I made it to Challenge Cup, so clearly I did well enough for that.
Take your victories where you can get them is what I always like to say.
So Storms is dead, I believe. I saw Frog Storms.
Yeah, that's the second Frog Storms hit we got, because I believe the other one is actually on the Graveyard Ledge.
I thought the Graveyard Ledge was Frogs 2.
Oh, you might be right. But we did have the instant warp back from Bossage. Bossage did not go Valley, which is not hurting him because Valley had nothing.
Sunken Silver Rupees is... What was that, a key, or...?
Yeah, it said Sunken Silver Rupees is the small key. Is that toilet then?
Toilet room. Yep, that is toilet room. Effectively, toilet room is probably dead. Unless keys are in a weird... What's that in there? Is that a hook shot?
That looks like a hook shot.
Scale locked hook shot. Well, I mean, Yesterday's seed was a scale-locked hook shot, mostly because beans. This
And
one's
we
just
have
scale-locked.
storms in the composer grave. So we have early access to bottom of the well without bombs. Ooh, that
I
could be
mean,
interesting.
you can at least peek the bomb check. Flame chests, just being a bloopy.
Man, unless Dompe pays out pretty big, Graveyard's been pretty desolate so far.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, that's of the, what, 2 checks you've seen?
And now Boss is checking the lead because he forgot to earlier. It's just a heart piece, which... I mean, hey, a full heart piece would be nice at this point in the speed, but obviously, that's what we're going for. And a bottle. Awful fishing.
Getting the bottle early is nice.
Looks like Bossage is going bottom of the well immediately.
Not bad. Get what checks you can get.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of checks and logic. Plus, you can peek all the bottom lock ones, and then you can know you know if you have to come back with explosives.
Very true. Kind of surprised that Shawn didn't take the opportunity to set up Pierre here.
May have just forgotten, honestly.
It's a good possibility.
Well, we're gonna see what this Hyrule Field Tints is.
I feel like Shawn's doing the old 3-song lead.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to... Oh, big chest in Hyrule Field open.
That's a nice find, depending on what it is. Oh, hammer! That is actually a really nice find.
What's that hit?
F fire
Skull
triple. F fire triple.
That early hammer is also nice because they don't have explosives yet. So, him saving CAC for adult lets him clean up a little bit more.
Very true.
Bomb shoes and bottom of the well.
Shoes. Nice.
He can go ahead and get those checks if he needs to.
And it's time for our Mido's house check here in a second.
Also, that Skull Kid hit, I just rechecked it. It was a slingshot on Skull Kid. So not the most important thing, but it's good to know. Actually, they have Sarius-san, so he could just grab it immediately. Just get slingshot.
Mido didn't have any important items, but he paid out pretty good.
Honestly, you need those rupees for Lost Woods, so it's not the worst deal in the world. Also Shawn's gonna have the time of day for Dompe, I believe, as well.
Yeah, that's pretty solid routing for him if he's done that.
That's probably why. I guess that's why he waited on the warp back. He wanted to route in Dompe as well. Just clear it. And it's a dead Kokiri forest, other than the fact that Kokiri is apparently rich as hell. I'm not sure if they have much to spend their money on in the forest, but you know.
Well, they have shields and little pieces of heart that you can buy normally.
Yeah, true, I guess.
And sticks that you can break off any Deku plant.
Yeah, I don't know how they plan to make their money off that.
more than likely they make their money by selling the twigs to the lumberjacks over at the bridge. Ooh, terrible death there. Not really,
That's
but I
not
mean,
good.
he was running what, quarter heart for a while there, or
Yeah, he was a
heart?
quarter heart the entire race. That's also, I mean, that's a good minute. Hyrule Field Path to King Dodongo, which we found the hammer. Which the hammer can then also unlock the rest of Hyrule Fields.
So you getting the slingshot's actually not bad because you can also get, it opens up another check here.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the area, you don't have it yet, may as well. That's definitely first logical slingshot. Not that, you know, logical slingshot's a massive factor, but you know.
Besides those bomb chews, I haven't really seen much come out of the well.
Fire Temple Foolish. That's a really good hint to have.
Your boss key and get out. if it's needed. I would assume it is, considering the Megaton Hammer was in the field, but you never know.
And you never know. So far, that Megaton Hammer is the path hint for King Dodongo, so bombs are hammer locked somewhere. Yeah, Foolish Cannon's Castle comes up sometimes, and the first reaction is always, really? Thanks, game. Thanks, I needed that. And claim check off of Slingshot.
Well, that slingshot, it's going from unlocking one check to unlocking another.
Yeah, we still don't know what Big Goron has. But with that hammer and ZL, I wouldn't be surprised CAC up to Death Mountain Crater. You can knock out almost all those checks now. Because now he can get Great Fairy from Hammer, which might have bomb back because that is bomb locked. Or bomb check. The other Great Fairy and Big Goron all at once. And a free shield.
No, team never buy a shield. Wins again.
Free shield.
Hey, Afterlife, how's it going?
Let's see what Well has.
Let's see what we get.
Goron.
Oh, big stabby.
I mean,
not needed, but a nice thing to get.
And honestly, getting it early in the seed. Oh, that was a 20 pack to choose too, and well, that actually is really nice for him. What do we got here? Rudos.
Whoa! If that's needed, that's huge find down there.
And that's a crash after he saved. So he should be fine.
I just see Hyrule City is on the way of Twin Rova.
I will have to double check that in the VOD real quick because I didn't quite catch it. I was focused on the fact that, oh no, boss just crashed, but I think he's fine.
Yeah, it's over there by Saria check.
Yeah.
Oh, Hyrule Field is way from Rova as well. Wow.
Kakariko to Phantom Ganon. So magic so far is Cac. So Rudo's letter, we have Rudo's, we have ZL. Is it time for ice? I mean, I think it's always time for ice, personally, but...
Looks like you guessed right there on what Shawn was going to do. He put together the time for Dompe.
And gets Dompe, gets light arrows.
Not a bad find at all.
Well, you don't have to worry about Ganon's Castle, and probably don't have to worry about Strength 3 at that point.
A little concerned that Shawn didn't do Composer's Grave.
Yeah, that's a odd choice.
I don't think have either of them done Shield Grave.
Ooh. I don't think so. Yeah, because you have to be nighttime as child. They might just be saving it for adult, I suppose. I think Shawn probably just forgot, honestly. Especially because Shawn is focused on routing in Kakariko as adult, so I don't think he's too worried about it.
Very true. And sadly, Bossage, unlike Shawn, came here loaded to the gills with rupees, so he's not getting a payout from all this.
But he's at least gonna get his free shield from these checks.
Very
So
true.
it's not gonna be the end of the world. Ocarina Time of Honas, that's the other hint for it.
Actually, I think that's the same hint we had from earlier. Yeah, a lot of back and forth. Pretty decently long Child 1 here.
Yeah, both of them being fairly thorough on just making sure they got as much child done as possible. Here we go, adult.
And now Shawn having to sit and wait for the sun to rise.
Yeah, that's the only bad part about routing in that night Dampe. I mean, granted, it's nice to get the those light arrows right away, and you don't have to worry about it. But now, if your plan is to go from Dampe straight to Hyrule Castle, you just gotta wait. Not much else you can really do.
See, at this point, I wonder if it would have been more worth it for Shawn to have gone to bottom of the well.
Yeah, not getting Composer's Grave. If he would have gotten Storms, I could see him easily just deciding to go well, because with ZL, and you can check the 3 bomb checks. But now we're gonna see the Temple of Time hints here soon.
Not to mention, we should also see our medallion layout. I do expect Shawn to full clear Hyrule Field the moment he gets to adult.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Din's fire off of Slingshot game.
That's very nice. That's how you can light your torches as an adult now.
Fire Temple. That's the Yellow Fire Temple Foolish. Death Mountain Trail Baronade. The Small Key in Toilet Room. And Sun Sonnet Prelude.
Getting to see some new checks from Bossage here, because Shawn didn't have the bombs when he went through here. 40 Skulls is dead. That is true, Kirby fan.
Spirits on Light Medallion. Forest is Jabu. Fire Medallion is Dongos. Water Temple for Shadow. Forest for Spirit. So that Dead Fire is a stone dungeon, so nobody's touching that. We got ourselves a stone Deku, a stone Shadow, and a stone Fire.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to even set foot in fire.
Which, thank God, I hate Fire Temple so much. That's honestly my least favorite temple to do in Rando.
My least favorite temple has always been the same. Good old Water Temple.
I actually enjoy Water Temple in Rando because I think it's easy to route it. You can hit pretty much every check very quickly. At least peek them all.
It might not be so bad now with how the new settings work.
Yeah, because chest size, you can just you can easily peek everywhere, and you can hit the majority of chests pretty fast.
Very true. Strength on horseback. Oh!
It looks like we got a strength on Tech Grotto.
So Scale's locking two things now.
It's a bloopy on pot.
So far, the only thing I've seen from Child Goron City has been that second slingshot.
Summary so far, Hyrule Fields on the path. Yeah, there you go. That's the path hint right there. So found hammer and open grotto in Hyrule Fields. Hint in Hyrule Fields is King Dodongo. Bomb bags now found in Hyrule Fields. We know that Death Mountain Trail is path to Baronade. Found Rudo's letter in Bottom of the Well. Bossage went to Bottom of the Well early. Oh, Boomerang on that's the Baronade hint right there. Yeah, Fire Temple is dead as hell. Yeah, Bossage might just straight up just do Jabu. Like, why not? You've got ZL, you've got Rudos,
and you have sticks, so it's clearable.
Yep, you can do it, no problem.
Hey, yeah, he's got the bombs to open up Hyrule River too, so.
Ah, yes, my favorite temple, Fire Temple. The temple where if I decide to check Deep Fire, it screws me. When I don't check Deep Fire, it also screws me. That's my relationship with Fire Temple. that's a dead big Goron there.
Oh wow, an adult spawn is the bridge to Kokiri Forest. Or to Hyrule Field, I mean.
Well, you can put that hammer to good use immediately. You can put that hammer to good use. Let's see, are we gonna get a Mido skip, or are you gonna get Mido skip skip? Or is it gonna be Mido skip skip skip?
I think he's going, possibly to Adult Goron City. To literally hammer that one out.
But
I couldn't resist. It was there.
I mean, I would think just getting the minuet check's not a bad idea right now either, because I mean, it's a song to song. You might want to route in, he probably also wants to route into Dongo's Cavern afterwards.
Yeah, ultimately that's where I think we're going to end up, is the Dongo's Cavern.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, this is Mido skip skip.
Overall, both runners have had pretty solid routing, except they've both just skipped one or two checks here and there, and that's been our big divergence.
Yeah, Bossage has the ability to go straight to Jabu. Shawn's gonna find the boomerang, but there is no hint about bottom of the well containing Ruto's ladder. And right now, he does have the ability to Shawn's definitely gonna go straight over to Dongo's and clear that after this.
Oh yeah, there's no reason
Bossage has the hint for Hyrule Fields. He's already found it. I'd assume Hyrule Field Open Grotto is in the cards pretty soon after Jabu's done, either as child or adult.
I don't know. I wouldn't assume that, because I've seen people leave that Open Grotto. It's one of those checks that you either get right away or you end up coming back to way later in the game.
You can't skip past. There's not a glitchless way to skip past the Cane as child. As adult, there is a glitchless way to skip past King Zora for Ice King, but you can't skip past King Zora as child to get into Jabu.
And Minuet was for Minuet.
Yeah, vanilla Minuet, it'll help. The Snorris Temple is a requirement. We are going to be seeing that pretty soon.
Well, if one of them gets a scale or boots, you can go get their hook shot.
Mm-hmm. Well, scale, because it's on Child Dive.
Yeah, you're right.
We have scale locked hook shot and potentially scale locked, 2 scale locked strength, or irons, whichever comes first. Rechecking those hints. Does the dead shoot the sun? And that's this Cacta Phantom.
Yeah, and Shawn
does that mean
he's going straight to Goron City? Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, why not? He can hit Goron City. He can do Death Mountain Crater, clear the fairy fountains, go on top, and then just get the hint stone and just jump down and go to Dongo's from there. Bossage is he gonna go to market? No, he's going for the open. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Well, a lot of people do skip that. Well, we haven't seen adult Kakariko yet, Kirby, so I don't know. There's still a good number of checks in Kak that we haven't seen. The only thing so far that we found is magic. And the composer's grave chest did not have anything.
Except for Song of Storms, of course.
And Bossage's first grotto. Graveyard Morpha. Yeah, no,
Graveyard is Morpha, then that means that something's got to be in Shield or Sunsong.
Well, Sunsung Grave, we got Son of Storms. And the only thing so far we found for Son of Storms is Rudos. So, but I mean, of course, we still don't know Shield Grave or Dampe Race, which could just
True, Dampe
have a
Race.
clear item. Bossage is gonna very quickly here figure out the exact same thing Shawn has. I can't tell. That's a stick on top of crater. Sorry, yeah, Composer's Grave is what I meant. So that was Shawn that went Valley, correct? He did the Valley like Hylia
Shawn,
play?
Yeah, Shawn
Okay,
did Valley,
Bossage is...
Hylia, Bossage is just now going to Valley. This is a very long child opener for Bossage, but he did clear most of them.
He's gonna get these clears, and he has no reason not to go Jabu. It's a medallion dungeon, you got everything for it. Why not? Also,
Hey,
Jabu
we have found Greg.
Greg has been rescued. The timeline is safe and secure now. Dead 40 skulls. We found a lot of hints, but so far we've gotten all the sometimes knocked out immediately. We got all the path hints knocked out almost immediately. We only know Fire is Foolish, and we have no idea about 30 and 50 skulls yet.
And we are getting our first dungeon dip in the Dongo's Cavern.
38 minutes, first dungeon, hell yeah. That's the other graveyard path to Morphine. Definitely ahead right now. The question is, will Shawn figure out what Kratos is in time?
Yeah, Shawn.
That's the big thing Bossage has.
And there's a
Scale.
scale. Oh, Shawn can now get his
Hook shot.
strength and his hook shot.
No, he can't get strength.
Oh no, strength is gold scale, isn't it?
That's gold. Yeah, that's a gold scale dive, I believe. Bossage now getting those light arrows. It's another big chest into dongos. Hovers.
And hovers.
Shadow Baby Stone Dungeon, but honestly, hovers are just really nice to have, just in general.
Yeah, in general, hovers are great to have to help you just clear little gaps you don't want to have to jump.
So, there's just a lot of nice little time saves you can do with hovers.
Then we're going to see Bossage get his skulls here in Cac now.
Yeah, Kirby, first blow is most likely in Kakariko, but we could just have a weird magic lock situation. Which honestly could... I mean, magic lock can point to a couple places.
Yeah, Chickens was checked in the first 3 minutes of the match, so we know that it's...
Yeah, Bossage has committed to a very extremely thorough child one. We've gotten the chickens, we've gotten everything from child one so far from Bossage's side.
For me, the big question is how long is Shawn going to delay going back to Well, knowing that you had the tools... Well, once he actually goes to Composer Grade and finds Song of Storms, knowing that he had the tools right from the start.
He's definitely have to go back to Child just to get Hookshot. That's 100%. He's probably going to do that pretty shortly after the Dongos. But will he stick around and decide to do well afterwards? I don't know. Saying that Hookshot... That hookshot open... I mean, it also depends what he gets from Adult Cac, because if he finds, like, a bow from Adult Cac, he's probably going to go Child, go to Lake, just grab the hookshot, run back to Adult, and just start clearing Forest. I think it all depends on what he finds in Kakariko or Phantom Ganon.
And we're getting our first shield grave check.
Surprisingly, it took this long. Just a small chest. We're also going to start seeing some river clears from Bossage as well.
Yeah, because I don't see how Bossage doesn't go to Zora's now.
You have everything for Jabu. Why would you ignore it at this point? Plus, he can also 100% river because he has storms. So he can just fully clear it out. He can buy some beans just in case. Which, at this point... Well, he hasn't seen what's on top of Crater yet. So he'll probably buy one for Colossus just in case.
That is true. Bossage does not know that Jabu is required.
Oh yeah, he never went to market. That looks like he's going to Jabu. Like he's just. Wait, no, he knows it's required. He's seen the. No wait, well.
He's seen the path to Baronade, yeah.
Has he? Well, actually, has he seen the Baronade? I know one of them is at Temple of Time. I'm not sure.
He could just be following the logic.
That's true. It could just be a simple gut feeling kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if the second one was seen either. Like I said, it could honestly just be a gut feeling thing. Or it gave me the Jabu kit was extremely early in the spheres. That is true. All we're doing is, well, we are getting a lot of AD items, but we know fire is dead and nothing important is locked behind AD. Well, potentially.
Ooh, just got double D.
The thing is, like, opponent is locked behind AD. That could potentially be an AD lock. Potentially. Serenade on Son of Storms. That'll be really handy to get that hook shot.
Yeah, that's great for getting the hook shot, and then he'll probably combo if Shawn plays this right, he'll go hook shot into Zora's domain just to clear domain. At the same time, I can see him not doing that, just wanting to get back if he finds a bow.
And yes, we have in fact found slingshot percent. That is the second hint for Skull Mask being dead right there. Full heart piece. Would have been nice to have the chicken for that. 30 skulls is dead. What's a 30 skulls hint there? We still don't know about 50.
And here goes Shawn into Composer's Grave to pick up his Song of Storms.
Yeah, so 50 skulls could still very well be in play. We don't know yet.
Utilizing that Dense Fire check.
There's a second path to Baronade hint. Well, now he knows for a fact that Baronade is, Jabu is required. Yeah, this seed might not be all dungeons, but I don't know, we could get like a mean horseback archery blocking something. Hey, it's like the game knows you've got and logically you'll be able to get the hook shot, and then you'll be able to fully clear out Fire Temple and knock that out. Shadow's almost entirely in logic. You just need Nocturne. And all we're missing is the sword from Deku. And Bossage just misses his dives.
Watching Shawn have an absolutely fantastic Dante race here.
It's pretty good. Like, Dante is nothing except a lot of money. Now, right now, for when it comes to yeah, Shawn can easily route in the hook. The problem is Shawn doesn't have Rudo's letter yet, and Rudo's letter is in bottom of the well. So the question is, will he commit to bottom? I mean, most likely, unless he, because I don't think he found anything else here in CAC, did he?
He has not, no. Outside of double defense, that is.
So the magic lock is for Bo then. Well, probably for Bo.
Yeah, but storms came from graveyard.
Storms from graveyard. We got Serenade from Stormchip, which doesn't help anything.
I do believe Shawn might be going back child.
He wants that hook shot. Well, that makes sense.
Well, and once again, knowing now that he has storms and he's got everything to clear well, I think he'll go well.
Probably. Because the only other thing he has access to with that hook shot is just full clearing fire, which why would you do that if you know it's dead right now as a stone dungeon? So the play for bottom of the well makes more and more sense.
Yeah, I can still see him going from getting his hook, going into Zora's domain, clearing it, and then going back down the river before he goes back to the well.
Yeah, well, yeah, it all lines up pretty nicely at this point for him. I mean, yeah, it really is the best play he can make. He's starting to lack stuff to do as adult. Surprisingly lacking stuff to do as adult after an extremely long. Oh, that's a dead 50 skulls.
And there's our hook shot. Looks like he's going to go ahead and set Pierre up, which he forgot to do earlier.
Yeah, luckily he found Serenade, so it ended up not being too big of a deal.
And we are getting our first look at Jabu as well. Bubbles aren't playing nicely today.
Also, since we know Bo is magic locked, honestly, Ice might not be a bad play just to confirm if Nocturne's there. Because magic Magic Log Bow, the only other magic checks are across Gerudo Valley, which neither party really has access to. And if you can pull off a Requiem or a Nocturne out of Ice Cavern, that could serve for the magic block.
Very true. Oh, Shawn had to double back there. Didn't know if he got the torch or not. Once again, that Serenade will also help Shawn when he does go to well to just come right back here.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe it was just, what, Letter and Big Stabby down in well, wasn't it?
Yes. See, Shawn's not even gonna do the. Well, I know, man. He Frog's one was hinted. Yeah,
I believe both frogs are hinted, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Frog's one is sometimes hint, and I forgot that it was hinted. Though it looks like he's not buying any beans, just in case for Arch, which he's probably fine. It's a single check. He doesn't know if bean is locked or not. He's about to find our slingshot percent up here.
This seed certainly likes its child projectiles.
Yeah, Prelude is Sun Song. We got the hint for that. Which, honestly, honestly, Ice is really not a bad play either to make, just for the magic block check. Granted, Shawn doesn't know that that Ice is in logic right now, but he'll probably find out pretty soon. Most likely goes bottom of the well, as that makes sense in logic.
Yeah, from here, everything is screaming bottom of the well.
That looks like that's precisely what he's gonna do. Oh, is he gonna do chickens?
Yeah, this is not a bad play on Shawn's. In all honesty, knowing that Cac has something, or he believes still has something, it's not a bad play at this point.
Yeah, you see Kakariko's path hint, and you only find magic at the start of the seed with no... Well, he has Dins, but the only Din's check that he has access to has nothing. Then it's might be chickens.
Yeah, and I'm fairly confident that we're gonna see Bossage go adult after this. There's no reason not to.
Oh, yeah. He's spent an hour on Child. I don't think there's anything left to do as Child at this point.
Hey, Child Spirit might come out to rear its ugly head.
Child Spirit's really fast. You go in, you do 2 checks, you debate if you want to climb or not, and then you leave. Which, granted, since Spirit is a medallion dungeon, climb is absolutely not a bad idea if you don't have any strength yet. Because who knows when you're going to get that strength, too, to actually hit all those checks.
Well, if they can find that other strength and find some iron boots, they'll have strength 2 rather quick. Or gold scale.
Well, the only strength we found so far was a deck type.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If they can find the other strength, and then
okay.
iron boots are another scale, they can get
then
silver gauntlets so fast.
Gets too early. I've done that so many times.
This is going to come down to execution, I think, because I don't think there is as big a gap as it looks right now. I actually think they're pretty much neck and neck.
Oh, yeah, because Bossage just got to go adult and just immediately run over to Dongos and he'll be immediately caught up.
Yeah, and Shawn's
that doesn't take very long at all.
Shawn's going to find his Rita's letter, and he's immediately going to warp Song out of here.
Yeah, he has a much quicker route back to Jabba, that's for sure. Now, a lot of these races come down to being, you know, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes apart from one another. And at that point, that's when, like, those dungeon executions of being, you know, 20, 30 seconds faster in a dungeon just ends up adding up actually quite a bit over the course of a run.
Yeah, and considering that when Bossage goes adult, he'll have his Sun Song and Prelude. He can actually do Sun Song Grave check. He'll finish all of Cack off except for Bow all at once, unless Sun Song Grave has your Bow.
And that's the second Frogs 2 hint. And Zora's Fountain. So we're still missing 2 Foolish hints. We've gotten a ton of repeat hints. Yeah, I'm thinking Shawn is a little bit ahead, not nearly as ahead as it seems.
Yeah, I think the if there's any lead at all, it's a minuscule one at best. Maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Both runners have ran a really good race so far. mind you, it hasn't really given them much to play around with the routing that much.
The scene's been pretty clear on where to go for the most part.
Yeah, this is going to be all about mid-race routing. It's going to come down to where's our casino item hidden.
It might come down to spirit items. Because this is what our twin Rova hint was also Hyrule Fields. Which could just be the strength in Hyrule Fields.
We are 4 minutes late, but I would like to go ahead and say happy 1 hour, everybody. I'd like to take this chance to thank my co-commentator here, Bread-Kun. This has been a enjoyable time so far.
And of course, thanks to our trackers, Baby Shark and Maraba.
Straightforward seeds like this are, in my opinion, rather fun. It just keeps things rather streamlined.
Yeah, where you know where to go, point A to point B, and then it ends up just being more race execution more than anything else.
Yeah, Shawn's gonna grab his big stabby and then immediately go down to the lower half and get his Rudo's letter.
Oh, we haven't seen Bombshoe bowling yet.
That's true.
Yeah, just a piece of heart, nothing special. And money. Alright, Bombshoe bowling didn't have anything. Did we ever see Night Market for Richard? I don't think we did.
We have not seen if he's a good boy or not.
That is very true.
Yes, sorry, I misspoke there. We don't know if his owner is a good person or is evil.
There you go. Shawn finds the Rudos. And immediately is gonna serenade out. And go straight to Jabu.
Yep, right to Jabu.
Which means we're gonna see what Burning Cack is, which we don't know yet. I don't think I didn't catch that Hyrule Castle one yet.
I missed it as well.
Let me see. There's like refresh the VOT check. If I'd miss a hint.
Fortress Foolish.
Well, that's actually a good thing to know. That I guess that puts some of the worry. That means oh, there's the hook shot. Hyrule Castle Ferry.
Wow. So now we know where
Launch. That's launch shot. Of course, that means the Graveyard Path to Morpha hint. That's Son of Storms, which might be. That has to be pointing to That has to be pointing to Iron Boots, probably. I think it can technically point to Zord Tunic as well. Like I know how I know that the Logia hens can point to Goron Tunic. Weirdly.
Shawn's gonna make his way up into Jabu and just knock Jabu out real fast.
Well, Son of Storm. It could also be that Son of Storms locks Jabu because of because of Rudo's letter, and Jabu locks Sun Son and also locks Burning Cack, and those songs could also be the factor. It could be a longer chain like that. Bossage is finally gonna see what his Temple of Time hints are and what his required dungeons are. Granted, I think he's seen all 5 path hints, so he already knows what the dungeons are. He just doesn't know the order.
A 1 hour and 10-minute child opener for Bossage.
That is basically the only thing that Bossage hasn't done is Child Spirit and Deku. Everything else is done.
Which, as long as we don't need Epona's song, there's no reason to even set foot in Deku.
That is honestly probably the longest child one I've seen in Season 5.
That's the longest I've seen in the years I've been watching this now. I've been watching this for like 3 years, and I think the longest I'd seen till then was like 45 minutes.
This very well might be a record, regardless of win or lose.
and the 45 minutes was off of 3 songs, and then they'd go into early Deku, so there was a lot of things to keep you busy for those 45 minutes.
I feel like if Bossage found Kokiri's sword, he might have just done Deku just to be a Child 1 is 100% done at the start of the scene. I never need to go back to Child ever again.
Was that you, Afterlife? I'm not really sure. I've watched too many of these races.
When you start watching daily, and then I'm also practicing almost daily, and then I have my own races to do. So it just starts to blend together pretty fast.
Right now, both runners just kind of going over ground they've already covered on the other person's side, so not much to really comment on except for execution. Yeah, Ginger.
Go on.
The one thing I can say, Ginger, is I play this like super casually. I actually have not done a seed I did not do a single seed in Season 4 of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. I'm actually just getting back into it. I just reinstalled RetroArch this morning. So seed bleed doesn't really happen to me at all right now.
It will, eventually. You do it and watch it enough, you're gonna see. So that's a dead Sun grave. So that means that, yeah, Son of Storms. It's definitely Son of Storms, and it wasn't Sun. Which means at this point it has to be Burning Cack. We didn't find any major items in Jabu.
Well, so far this seed has been just a leaky faucet, just dropping out little drops.
Bossage will clear out Graveyard, and he's gonna go right up to the Dongos and do Dodongos, clear out Crater, clear out the top of Death Mountain Trail. Still all the exact same stuff Shawn did, just in a different order.
If they don't find a bow, I wouldn't be surprised to see one of them dip Forest.
Trying to see a Forest dip. I honestly think Ice Cavern's a really good play to make at this point too.
GTG is not a bad play either if you look at the fact that Bossage will have long shot.
True. Bola's GTG is risky. We also know Bo is magic locked. So, which could be, you know, it could be Wasteland or even all the way in the Spirit. So yeah, knowing Gerudo Fortress is dead, and also knowing that we have access to long shot before Gerudo Valley. Yeah, the All Dungeons is officially dead. All Dungeon is no longer remotely at play. I mean, okay, the only thing you can be at play for is Big Pose. That's it. And even like, and that's, you can technically get Big Pose without opponents. It's a massive pain in the ass, but doable.
Just because it's a pain doesn't mean you can't do it. That is true. We have not seen 20 Skulls yet. Yes, Afterlife OOT is Epona.
Also considering the lack of teleport was a little bit of a pain, but not the end of the world. Yeah, Gerudo Fortress is foolish. Which means the only thing Epona could block logically is Big Pose that has an item. And even then, there might just be a bottle with a Big Pose somewhere in the seed anyway, and that won't even be a factor. Bossage taking the time to get the skull over here.
Interesting choice, but if he doesn't know that all the skulls are dead,
he should see. He definitely has seen them all. Yeah, he's seen all the.
Unless he's just trying to make sure he has all 20 by the time he's done with Death Mountain Trail and the Crater.
I suppose, yeah. No, actually, I think he hasn't seen the 40 Skulls hit, because that's the top of Death Mountain Trail. Yeah, so he hasn't seen 40 yet, because that's the top of Death Mountain Trail. And he hasn't been up there, obviously.
No, he hasn't. The highest he went is Childborn.
There's a scale, and now he knows he can get launch shot crossing valleys in play. So now, at this point, the only potential divergence we're gonna have is, will Shawn check Hyrule Castle Ferry? Which, I mean...
Yeah, Hyrule Castle Ferry is really going to be the thing that trips up Shawn right now.
Because, you know, you have access to, at this point, he's going to have access to Sun Song and whatever Burning Cack is, which could easily lead to something, which also Ice Cavern's in play. So, it is very easily, you know, it makes sense to skip Hyrule Castle. It's also easy to skip because they've seen so many hints. He's still lacking 2 foolish hints. It's easy to say screw it and skip it. Especially if you don't have like prelude, to just prelude out of there and just go Temple of Time.
Well, we'll find out here shortly, since he has just finished putting to end Baronade. Now, I could very easily see if Shawn gets that long shot, and he goes straight into Fortress and goes for Wasteland.
That's gonna be the question. If he checks Fairy, he's probably crossing Valley. If he doesn't check Fairy, he's checking to see the Songs. If Burning Cack ends up being Nocturne, he might just play Shadow. If it's not, then Ice Cavern is really not a bad play either.
Alright, this is him using Serenade to get back to Castletown.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he might grab the Sun Song as adult just to do Night Market. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure if he wants to commit the extra time just No, wait, did he? I think he already... Did he already do Night Market? I forget.
No, Bossage did Night Market.
It's easy. When you start seeing things twice, it's easier to get, wait a second, who did what again? I forget.
I'm gonna check Bomb Shoes real quick.
Oh yeah, may as well. It's 2 checks, very quick to do. Plus, you know, I mean, the Hyrule Field hint with Twin Rova probably means Tektite Grotto for strength, but you never know.
And he's going Castle Fairy. There we go. So Shawn will have his long shot here shortly.
So with that, the only difference between the 2 runners is the fact that Bossage will have to go back to Child to grab his other hook shot. He already knows it's there.
Like I said, 30 seconds to a minute difference at most. Their routing has been pretty spot on.
Shawn, are we going to see Castle 2 hint, or are you going to be out of here? I'm assuming out of here, but... Actually, if you're trying to kill time of day, then yeah, just get Castle 2 hit.
Which is exactly what he's doing.
Are we going to see the ultra-rare Hyrule Castle Storms hint? The hint stone that most people probably forget even exists most of the time.
Be interesting.
That's Nocturne on Burning Cack. Which could also be the Phantom Ganon hint too. Shadow, you have magic, you've got Nocturne. Shadow honestly is... Shadow's a good play. for bow. I mean,
Well,
hell,
you're on 20, let's see.
lawn shots
Nope.
and logic, so logically you could go also beat Bongo without bow. So lawn shot isn't logic for Shadow. Yeah, no, going Shadow with that Slon 100% is the play I would make at the moment. Shadow has quite a few checks, and honestly, I don't feel like it takes a massive amount of time considering the checks that you do at the same time during it. I don't know. I hate fire. I enjoy Shadow. I enjoy Spirit.
Shadow Temple in general always finds a way after life.
The main dungeon that scares me is Stone Forest. I may hate Fire Temple, but Stone Forest scares me when it exists.
Looking at what Shawn's doing, I do think Shawn is going to cross the valley.
He's either going to go Valley. He doesn't. He might. It makes sense for him to go check Burning Cat first. Like you're right here.
That's true.
You're right here. You should check it.
And he does have Serenade to get him back over to Lake real fast.
Yeah, he's gonna go check Burning Cat. We're also gonna see the bombable wall from Bossage. Outside Ganon's castle, foolish. That's the final foolish hint. So Yeet Rock is out of the equation. Which means just Strength 3 in general is out of the equation.
So it's just a matter of finding one strength and either Iron Boots or your other scale.
And then, of course, Mirror Shield.
Yes. Well, I was just meaning for access to Spirit.
Yeah.
I need to step away for a minute. I'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Go for it. Alright, and there's Bossage finding the 40 controls hand. So now he knows. He knows he only needs 20, which he already has, so no more skull hunting for him. I'm gonna have both of them paying the same checks. Is Shawn playing Nocturne? Yep. Shawn is going into Stone Shadow. Honestly, makes no sense. You got a Phantom Ganon hint in Kakariko, and all you find is Nocturne and Magic. That is just the game screaming at you and shaking you repeatedly, yelling at you to go into Shadow Temple. I don't know how much more painfully clear the game needs to make it to enter Stone Shadow. I mean, at least it's not hiding it. Yeah, it's the most check-dense area they can make at the moment. Plus just the hint. The path hint makes sense. Because the only other thing, if the path hint is truly just magic, then that would be for either Wasteland or weird spirit logic, you know, logical spirit keys to get deep enough to then get the bow kind of deal. which they don't even have strength 1 yet, let alone strength 2. So this makes significantly more sense. The real question is, how deep in shadow do you go? Just for bow and dip, probably? Or do you decide I may as well just clear this whole place while I guess if you find the bow at the very start, yeah, just dip. You know, find it in like the... yeah, this. Both players opting for the Mido skip. Yeah, no, if you find bow super early, then yeah, probably dip. But like, let's say you're deep enough and you're in like the backflip room, the falling ceiling backflip. Do you just dip? Are you just like, I may as well commit to at least the push block? And now here's a big divergence. Bossage is going into stone, oh no, not stone forest, rather. It's a required forest.
And I am back. What'd I miss? I see Shawn's gone spelunking.
Shawn checked Sun Song Grave and decided, yeah, shadow makes the most sense at the moment. And
check density.
Yeah. And it is, I mean, like I said, I don't know how much clearer the game needs to make it when your path hint is Kakariko and you find Magic and Nocturne in Kakariko. How much more the game needs to scream at you to go to Shadow.
I just want to say, I love the color of that big stabby. That purple sword looks nice.
It does.
Yeah, both the plays that the runners have made here, one going forest, one going shadows, they both make perfect sense in my honesty.
Well, so forest is required dungeon. You don't have bow, but you do have Song of Time. You can clear the entire courtyard, and you already have Minuet. So if you want to come back, the time loss of coming back later with Minuet is insignificant. It's like 10 or 15 seconds.
It's a very minuscule time loss.
No keys so far. It's been in forest. Oh, there's one. I was about to say, I was like, it's gonna be like a weird, logically hover-locked forest temple for the I guess it could still be. your second key is in the Floor Master.
Ooh, bad luck on timing there for Shawn.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Bossage is gonna go for. He's gonna go for Floor Master chests, and then probably go Shadow. That's either go Shadow or go get your long shot. He already knows where it is. And well, you need to get it at some point.
I could see him going Shadow next, and then if Shadow doesn't pay out, go get the long shot and go GTG. Or even rush Ice.
I guess that Ice has been in the cards for quite a while. Logically, it's been fully in play. Bossage misses the hover boots over. Not the end of the world. It's not that long, but still. Considering how close the race has been, it's always little things like this that end up adding up over time.
For the most part, both runners' execution has been pretty spot on.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Is both runners had similar routing with good execution. So that's when little things like that can end up adding up over the course of a race. When both of them are this close the entire time.
And here we go to Shadow Temple.
Shadow's empty, but so far, but we still have the entire dungeon in logic. We still have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 checks left to go. That are all in logic. Of which 2 of them have to be keys. So 5 of the 7 checks are items. Actually, no, 3 of which have to be keys. I don't think we found the boss key yet.
No, I don't think we found the boss key yet either.
Hey, how's key 2 strength locked? I thought the only thing in logic for strength and shadow was the shortcut, which doesn't lock anything. Because even like the room where you backflip over the stuff is in logic. It's in logic. I thought the logic in season 5 settings had those keys in logic.
Shawn, forgetting that he doesn't have strength.
Yeah, when you're this far in Shadow Temple, honestly, it's easy to forget. Yeah, I thought though that if in the randomizer settings you put a trick, you mark a trick, it puts it in logic. No, am I wrong?
You're going way deeper down the rabbit hole than I have.
I thought it was in the settings. Huh. I honestly thought it was in the settings.
I'm gonna laugh at first bows on Mongo. But definitely after clearing this, I would go ice after this.
Yeah, you're right, so it is. I thought the whole, like, clipping past through visible one-way collisions was in logic, but, huh. I honestly thought that was a part of Season 5 logic. I thought it was. Or whatever.
Well, there's the boss key.
I forget if that's the actual Vanilla's location. I know it's in that room in Vanilla. I forget if it's in which side of the room it's in. So which means Strength 1 is... If we find the bow in here, then the Strength 1 is before Shadow.
Which that means I would immediately rush ice and find our strength in ice. And there's the bow, right on time. Wow.
Yeah, at the very, very end of Shadow. Honestly, at this point, you may as well just do Bongo while you're here. Yeah, Strength 1 could be in Ice, it could be in GTG. It could also be Ice has Iron Boots, or Gold Scale, which then has Strength in Hyrule Fields. Ice definitely has the item needed to get the first. Either has Strength 1 logically, or has the item to get Strength 1 logically.
Yeah, I'm on board with rushing ice now. This is... Everything is saying that your strength is in ice.
Yeah, I'll admit, I never knew that, so now it's good to know. That is one benefit of me being in this tournament, but then also commentating or tracking a lot of races, is being like, huh, I never knew I could actually do that. Or I never knew that was like a logical thing that kind of makes sense now that I think about it.
Oh, and Shawn missing the one cycle. Oh, that's frustrating. Shawn is half a Shadow Temple ahead right now.
Half a Shadow Temple, and Bossage still needs to grab Long Shot from Lake Hylia's child.
Very true.
Oh, destroying the game, Goiny. That's the fun part. Like if I'm doing stuff casually, without racing or doing like a multi-world, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna bomb hover up into Forest Temple and then BK skip, clip through, no problem. Don't care. But
yeah, that long shot could really open up a world of possibilities for Shawn, depending on if he actually goes to Ice, which is where I think he should go, or if he goes to GTG and Wasteland.
That is
I think
Shadow Medallion.
I do believe he is going to ice.
Or sorry, that's Bongo. That's not Shadow Medallion. Duh. Goron Ruby from Shadow Boss. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be Zora Sapphire?
Well, they put it in the track.
Yeah, they just marked it. Okay, that makes sense. We didn't actually check them, so.
Yeah, because realistically, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Shawn's going ice. That's the only reason why he's doing this. Otherwise, he would have warped over the lake. And the best part about it all is it was an item on Bongo Bongo, so you want to go ahead and kill Bongo. Just to make sure it's not something you missed.
Yeah, it's the literal final item of the dungeon. And at that point, you may as well do Bongo. Especially because you don't have the shortcut open or anything. And you're always getting the feeling of, okay, what if Bongo actually had something? That'd be really bad, because you have to go all the way back through Shadow from the very beginning of the dungeon.
And here's some song for Shawn.
Yeah, Big Pose wasn't hinted, so that is the only possible check that could be locked behind opponents. That would be 80.
And Shawn's just going to clean up his Skulltulas here. He knows that the other 3 checks are dead. I think we're going to see adult archery as well.
Yeah, you're in the area. Yeah, you can get it out of logic. It's also super RNG dependent. Because it's like what? Yeah, it's like 40. I thought that was 25% or like 40%. It's some like low percentage chance. It's a pain in the ass. It's not fun. Now, Strength 3 is completely dead for this seed. We already have light arrows, and outside Ganon's castle is dead. So, oh, he's just gonna fire his arrows and just reset it.
Yeah, missing those first 2 kind of ruined your day there.
Just ruin his back wall with arrows in anger.
Oh.
Oof. No Bossage, you can just do 3 more checks. You'll have a bow. You won't need to do the setup.
Is Bossage wanting to skip the back? Oh, no, he still needs the boss key, so he has to go back anyway.
He just wants to knock it down. I think he might be thinking that, just in case, because logically the other side is launch shot. It makes sense for it to be locked by launch shot right now.
Shawn's going to clear out Forest Temple, which is actually also a good move. Get your progression out of the way.
Well, he doesn't have strength, so it doesn't... You can only get the same amount of checks that that Bossage got in there, which was nothing.
I always forget that strength is required for Forest Temple.
It's like one of the strength blocks that is both comes up a lot, but also is easy to forget. Especially if you go into Forest Temple almost 2 hours in. Usually by 2 hours you have at least a single strength by the 2 hour mark.
And to know that your strength is currently locked by iron boots or gold scale.
I wonder if the racers will be like me and not think about the strength lock in Shadow, hinting you that strength one is actually before Shadow Temple. Because, you know, if they're like me, they wouldn't be thinking about it.
And Bossage is about to get his bow.
Of course, when Stone Shadow finds a way, it's only for a singular item and at the literal end of the dungeon.
With, once again, leaving an item on Jabu, so you're thinking I gotta, not Jabu, Bongo, so you got thinking you gotta clear Bongo.
Yeah, because you don't have the shortcut open, so you kind of have to at that point. Otherwise, you're risking, basically, if you guess correctly, you save yourself about a minute. If you guess incorrectly, you lose like 15 minutes. Because you have to trek through the entire dungeon again.
Oh yeah, Afterlife, this makes perfect sense from the items that Shawn has to be doing this. Not to mention he has long shot and he can do things like what he just did.
I mean, yeah, Afterlife, the forest dip makes sense. Progression dungeon, it's the courtyard's all in logic. I mean, may as well. It might have your strength. Bossage misses. Just misses Bongo entirely. Oh.
Wow, neither of them got the one cycle this time.
Yeah, Shawn was going to probably do the hover boots, but then decided against it.
Yeah, now I think Shawn's gonna rush ice.
He's running down. Yeah, he's going ice.
Now, does Bossage rush ice, or does Bossage go back child to get his long shot? I still say rush ice, because that long shot only really unlocks the other side for you, and you now know that strength 1 was required to get your bow.
Yeah, at this point, it is kind of a 50-50 gamble. I mean, I think ice makes the most sense, but it could also be, you know, a bomb, you know, like, it could be the BMOS in GTG, or it could be the, just like, there are a couple chests in GTG it could be. But yeah, no,
and the warp song is a really big point as well, because that warp song gets you out the spirit temple faster.
Yeah, then you don't. Then you can just reverse over there. It's faster. You reverse over there, and you've got Din, so you can hit the fairy fountain and wasteland check. Just get it out.
What did Shawn forget in Adult Gorons? I thought he had cleared it.
I think. Oh, he's getting the storms. Definitely.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Boss is hesitating for a moment. He wasn't sure. Do I get launch shot or ice first? And he's going ice.
So right now, Shawn's lead pretty much is just that long shot.
The extra minute or so it takes to go back to temple, grab it a shot. He's probably holding off till after ice because there might be a reason to go back to child. I doubt it with how much he cleared, but there might be a reason to go back.
Well, if this warp song is for Spirit Temple, go back child, knock Child Spirit out while you're there.
Yeah. If it ends up being Nocturne, that ends up actually not being bad on Bossage's part, and he can just make that time back up really fast. Yeah, the 2-age change is a time commitment. It's about like a minute and a half or so, especially because you're lacking Prelude. So holding off on Long Shot, and I mean, if Ice does have Requiem, then I mean, hey, it ends up just being you're gonna need an age change Child Spirit regardless. So it ends up not actually being a negative, because that's just warping, grabbing it, and then warping again. Yellow Rupee. No check on the bottom of the water.
I really think from Shawn's point of view, looking at the bottom of the water makes no point, or makes no sense, because he doesn't have any way of getting it at the current standpoint.
No, but it's good to look down there.
I think if Iron Boots are in here, if we have a vanilla Iron Boots, I'm going to laugh.
It's very possible at this point. And Bossage is going to check, I think. It's a purple rupee, it looks like. Yeah, it's nothing. Anything is good to check because you're still lacking iron. I mean, it can't be iron. You're lacking mirror shield. You're lacking a strength still. It's good to make sure that you don't have to come back ever once you get irons.
The peaking in Season 5, though, that's actually what brought me back into watching and wanting to play Zooter. I like the changes. I like that everything's always going to be in a big chest. I like that you can tell when you got a key. But those actually make a big difference to me as a casual player.
It makes a lot of the seed much faster because you kind of only open small chests initially just to get a little bit of extra health. Maybe some bomb shoes early on, but then once you have bombs and you're at like 5 hearts, 6 hearts maybe at most, you're generally speaking, you're just skipping smalls. You're peeking and you're going.
And for racing, in all honesty, it just makes the race look so much more entertaining.
What do you mean texture matches contents? See, my favorite is when it's like a player goes through like Bottom of the Well or Stone Shadow or something, runs through, and there's like 5 big chests in the dungeon. And you're sitting there thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be good, this is the play. And every chest is like, Ice Arrows, Nehru's Love, Zora Tunic, Bottle, and you're like, god damn it, the entire time.
Now watch, I'll go through all this, and I've been looking forward to looking Zora.
It's very possible.
Yeah, Shawn skipped that second bottom. That's because he already had a second bottom, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that Wolfos, he made Shawn earn it.
Oh, big chest. This is vanilla iron boots. Ferrari.
Wow.
That's Requiem right there.
There's Wreck. Now Shawn's gonna go check and see what King Zora has.
Yeah, Child Spirit. Chances are Bossage will 100% go back to Child to grab his long shot and then do Child Spirit. Shawn might do the same, or I mean, it makes sense to do it. Could also reverse Wasteland to GTG as another option. Yeah, Child Spirit could have our Strength 1. I mean, it could be King Zora has Strength 1.
King Zora might have Gold Scale.
He has Kokiri Sword.
Well, that makes it interesting. Happy 2 hours, everybody.
Oh, is someone going to make a Deku play? Is Deku going to have Strength or Gold Scale? This is a very long chain of items trying to get a single level of Strength.
And I think Shawn might be going to... he's going to set up Pierre. He might do adult fishing. Get Pierre, do adult fishing, then warp over to Colossus.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Shawn is gonna, because he could do reverse Wasteland to GTG, because GTG still is Blue and Logic still. Or is he gonna just go back to Child to do Child Spirit? And maybe Deku. Deku's not that long of a dungeon.
No, not with the kit they have either. They could clear that thing in like 4 minutes. If even that long.
Might be worth checking. But it could be bait. It could be a really good play. Bossage, though, 100% he's going back Child. He has to get the long shot, regardless.
I can see Bossage doing Deku.
Bossage clears Deku. He's going to have 100% Child completion.
Nope, Bossage is going out the Spirit.
Young, so one hook shot was in Hyrule Castle Great Fairy, and the other hook shot was Lake Hylia Child. Lake Hylia Child for the scale lock.
Yeah,
Bossage saw it. Oh, that's Zora tunic. Not that it matters much, but hey.
Yeah, going for Prelude, that was a good move. And Shawn is going GTG. Oh wait, no, he's one lab back. Top of lab back. Not lab back, top of lab back.
That's the other Gruder Fortress dead hint.
What was that on Arch? Was that Boots?
I couldn't tell. I'll have to relook at the VOD.
Chat's saying Mirror Shield. So Child Spirit is going to not be required, but highly, highly recommended.
Well, we're about to see it again on Shawn's side, that's for sure.
So seeing that, would you immediately go Child to plant that bean? Or would you go ahead and finish up Reverse Wasteland and the GTG first?
I'd probably want to do Child Spirit. That's what I want to do. I'd even think about doing Spirit Climb as Child. We're missing a lot of items. Like we're missing Strength 1 in general. We only know where one strength is, and that strength is locked behind a Gold Skill or Iron Boots. Yeah, that's Mirror Shield, 100%.
And Shawn just saw what it is, and he
he's just gone. Yeah, he's making a Child play. This game is making you work for strength right now.
Yeah, you are earning that Strength 1, let me tell you.
Yeah, the question is, Child Spirit, I think, makes a lot of sense because you're gonna need to. Spirit is a med dungeon. You don't have any strength. I would do Child Spirit Climb as Child, honestly.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't even be against it.
Shawn's currently going back to Lake Hylia to go to Castle? Oh, he's gonna open up the... Oh, why?
I'm not sure what he's doing.
Confused now.
Oh, he's buying beans.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, Shawn did not buy beans. Bossage did, I do believe.
Yeah, I think Bossage already got beans. Yeah, I think Bossage went and bought beans on his first trip through River. Shawn just ignored beans on his trip through River.
So, the real thing to take into the fact now is we are dead even.
Yeah, as soon as Bossage grabs this launch shot, they're both even.
Shawn did a few more checks than Bossage, but that's pretty much about it.
We're gonna see them Requiem almost at the same time. Out of here. Probably. Both equipping themselves. Oh, Bossage never set Scarecrow. Now they're both Requiem out of here. Playing the bean now. Gonna do the 2 checks. But Spirit Climb makes sense. But will both of them Spirit Climb? Will only one commit to Spirit Climb? Who's gonna... I feel like one of them is... At least one of them is gonna commit to Deku. If they don't find anything.
Yeah, one if not both. I can see them both doing Deku at this point.
This is... Now at this point, they are basically neck and neck. This is like a 10-second difference between each other. At most, this race has only ever been like 2 or 3 minutes apart. At most, from one another.
Oh, there's your boss key, so they did have to do Child Spirit.
Yeah, you don't have strength when you have access to Child Spirit. You clear the first 2 rooms. Absolutely clear the first 2 rooms. Is Bossage not gonna light the torches, I guess?
Might use Dens.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can do that. I honestly forget that's an option. Yeah, Alexander, Child Spirit is insidious. I feel like you just gotta do it. There's really just
And Shawn's committing the Child Climb.
I think Child Climb makes the most sense in the current circumstance to do. I know why a lot of people like to avoid Child Climb, but it makes a lot of sense right now. And Bossage is doing the same thing, it looks like. Yeah, he'd be warping out of here if he wasn't gonna do Child Climb.
Now, I do think if they don't find anything on Child Climb, we are seeing Deku Tree.
Yeah, definitely. Because Deku Tree makes sense, but then you still have GTG. There's still a good amount of checks you can do with GTG, with just hookshot and bow and bombs.
Yeah, but at this point,
You get a lot of checks.
At this point, it just makes sense to go ahead and finish off Child.
Yeah.
I mean, because you know you're not going to have to set foot in the fire. Unless, God forbid, one of our items is on friggin' Big Poe.
Yeah. Going AD for Eponas for Big Poe, baby. That is... Bossage is not doing the full climb. Bossage is out. I think Bossage might be doing Deku. He's either doing Deku or he's going GTG. He's preluding, so he's going GTG. So that's Spirit Magic locked right there. I think. I'm pretty sure that's Spirit Key Logic being Magic locked if whenever that chest has a key in it.
I gave up a long time ago trying to believe that Spirit Key Logic ever existed.
Look, there's a couple things I know about Spirit Key Logic.
I know that Spirit has keys, and I do my best to find them. Logically, I don't think that is a thing.
The main thing that helps is you can kind of backtrack your logic, because, like, let's say they didn't have magic, for example, and then they do the Child Climb, they light the torch, and it has a key on it. So then that tells you, if you work your way backwards, that your magic wand has to be before Spirit Temple, logically. So you're then anything that's before that, you can check for magic. Because anything after that wouldn't, like, more than likely would not have magic on it.
Yeah, we're about to see Adult Fishing and Top of Lab from Bossage, I do believe.
Yeah, I think you need it as... Well, you think you need it as both for that room, because you need a projectile to get to that room as Adult.
Oh, that was sorry, not to speak over you. That was a very clean knuckle fight by Shawn just now.
Yeah, the weird, you can crouch dab, like, underneath his chin, and he just can't hit you.
And Child Climb had nothing.
And Shawn's gonna go clean up the fairy fountain. Does he go back Adult, or does he commit to Deku?
At this point, I don't see why you don't do Deku. It just, to me, Deku makes sense with the layout and how quickly you can get through it because you have Dens.
Even though you have Dins, you still want to check those 2 chests at the top. It doesn't help too much.
True.
If you're full clearing Deku, you're going to the top. Dins down doesn't help you that much.
And Shawn's gonna reverse Wasteland as a child. Makes sense.
Oh, he just wants the Wasteland check. He didn't get it.
Yeah. That's why I said it made sense.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't save that for like adult to just do that into GTG if you had to, but
I think now both runners are wanting to... I don't want to say they're wanting to avoid GTG, but at the same time, knowing that that Fortress is foolish, but it is a very check-dense area.
yeah, GTG is like, I think, the most dense area in the game. So it's very tempting to check it. Just from that standpoint. And Shawn's going Deku. Now this is going to be the main divergence. Bossage going GTG, Shawn to Deku.
If Shawn finds something here in Deku, that... I'm not going to say it's the game, but it sets Shawn up beautifully. Yeah, as Kari just pointed out, if there is...
What if it's both? We are legitimately starting to run out of areas to check. Start getting that straight.
Once again, I like the Deku play more because you were already a child than I do the GTG play. Because if there's something in Deku, it's a mild boss, have to go back there in time, but it's still a time boss.
I mean, it's nice you can clear Deku and basically never ever have to go child ever again in your life. Ooh, hammer chest in the valley though.
Their strength. Oh.
That's big. That's really big. He has Ferrari's win because we found a nice cavern. I think he's gonna go GTG and probably just leave Ferrari's in there, and then yeah, just go Forest.
Yeah, because I mean, Shawn's gonna go GTG after this. I'm fairly certain, unless there's a strength here.
But yeah, what's the Deku though? Magic 2. It's sort of like, if we find like irons in Deku, then it's gonna be a spicy race then.
Yes, Afterlife. Shawn is in desperate need of something to be here in Deku. Bossage, on the other hand, is hoping that there's nothing in Deku and that he made the right call.
At the moment, he can full clear Forest, so yeah, you just drop the Ferrari's wind, you clear Forest. Forest doesn't have the next thing you need, just Ferrari's wind into GTG and clear.
And here comes the Forest Wind with a warp to Forest, probably.
That was another big chest in Deku. Gold scale.
Gold scale. Ooh.
Ooh, that is his strength right there. Ooh.
And yeah, that is water too.
You go get your strength. I think you definitely want to get your strength and do forest first. It is 100% in logic fully completable. Water isn't 100% completable with gold scale. You'd want to go through forest just to be double sure that like irons isn't in forest or something while you're in there. Loud dive could have something too, yeah. That is possible. But you know, strength is Tech Grotto has strength. We know that. We don't know if Loud dive it.
And then there's really no reason to look for third strength because we know that outside
Hammer in Valley has strength. What was it? Bossage found Hammer in Valley, and Shawn found Gold Scale in Deku, which is then strength in Tech Grotto. What looked like may have been a bad call, turns out could absolutely be the correct call in doing Deku.
The only thing that can make this even better for Shawn is if Goma drops Iron Boots right now. Because then that makes Bossage have to go Deku, because he will not find any way of getting that strength otherwise. Yeah, or irons on lab dives. That's a good call.
Hey, oh, never mind. We know what Shoot the Sun is. I had to say, like, well, we don't know Shoot the Sun yet. But, like, I was like, oh, wait, never mind. It's been hinted at. We do know what Shoot the Sun is.
And we know for a fact they won't be doing fire unless something is on Big Pose.
That's a Zora Sapphire out of Deku Tree.
And Shawn is going back adult, where he will most likely run out and get his strength 1, and then hopefully go to Valley and get his strength 2. Either that, or he'll go back to... I just don't see him going back to Spirit without that strength 2, because he has no reason to go back to Spirit. What am I saying? Oh, you can get the Mirror Shield, but that just gives him the Mirror Shield.
Which then, but if he goes Valley and finds strength 2, then he could also go Spirit, grab the Mirror Shield, because they're already playing a Bean, and then just clear Spirit. And then clear Forest right afterwards.
And just save GTG for a if I need to come back to type moment.
Yeah, you already have gold scales. At that point, you may as well just commit to gold scale Water Temple and pray you find Boss Key fast. Pray that Boss Key is not in Central Pillar.
I was about to say, once Shawn gets his strength 2 and his Mirror Shield, isn't he in Goma? At that point, if he gold scales Water?
Assuming Boss Key is not in Central Pillar chest, yes. If the Boss Key is Central Pillar, then you would 100% need irons.
Yeah, I honestly believe Shawn right now is going over to GTG. He's going to hit Tectite, he'll go to GTG, plant for his win. He'll find his strength 2 on the way. Which, that makes this a very interesting race. I just don't see Shawn not going to GTG due to the fact that he wants that forest window.
If it was me personally, I would be menu lighting right out of here. I've been going straight to forest. I wouldn't even bother going to Valley, personally. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and there's forest.
That is, assuming I don't know anything that Bossages know, that would be, if I was in Shawn's exact position, that would be the play I'd make. We got a double Snorris temple now. On the plus side, Courtyard's already done. So we already got part of Snorris out of the way. So it's not as bad.
Yeah, it's just the hunt for the 4 pose and all day. Well, and Ganon, Phantom Ganon, of course.
Well, let's hear in Snorest. Another bow. Now, honestly, what would really make the race spicy is if Strength 3 wasn't Snorest Temple.
That really would.
The thing is, Bossage still doesn't have Strength 2. And he doesn't know Gold Scale is in, what was it? He doesn't know Gold... Yeah, he doesn't know Gold Scale's in Deku yet. So basically, the race is going to be, at this point, unless they find another Strength elsewhere, that it's going to be, does Shawn go Gerudo Valley Hammer check first? Or does Bossage go to Deku Tree first? I mean, yeah, that's true. You could just find irons.
Well, if irons aren't here in Forest Temple, Bossage is going back to Deku. That I believe is wholeheartedly. Yeah, no, he
Yes,
go back
GTG.
to GT. Yeah, GT. I was thinking as you were about to say it.
He still has all GTG to clear.
And he does have quick travel over there from having Forest Wind placed. Once again, though, the routing from both runners has been spot on. This has been such a good race.
It's been so good that we had to see a double forest. Huzzah for everybody.
Well, if they have to be punished by Forest Temple, so should we. And at least it's happening at the same time, we're not having watched it twice.
You know, the plus side, watching it twice is like, okay, now it's whoever's not in Forest Temple stream currently. We just watch them for a bit.
That's a good point, Kirby fan. Center chest in GTG is dead due to toilet being a key. Unless they find iron boots very early in GTG.
If they find irons early, then that chest is effectively dead anyway.
That's true, yeah. Because at that point they're go mode. This is essentially going to be whoever's execution is the better, and whoever, if Shawn finds that strength too.
GTG is a very sensible play to make after this, which means Shawn might inadvertently find strength too. Because he's already done Deku, so for him, just running over to GTG makes a lot of sense. So I think at the moment, Shawn could easily make up this could make up this this gap very quickly, just because he's naturally going to be routed into towards GTG. Whereas Bossage is going to do GTG, and unless he finds irons, that's basically the only if. If he finds irons, then Bossage will end up being ahead.
God, this race is just too close to call who's ahead.
That's true. Shawn will gold scale water. That is very true. He's probably gonna do that, and then pray boss keys not central pillar.
And Bossage is going right back into Forest to use Forest Wind back to GTG.
Exactly. Afterlife. Irons could very well be in spirit, and then gold scale is required. Hard required. There are a couple different ways this race could honestly play out.
It all rests on what's in this GTG. And then what route Shawn takes afterwards. If my biggest worry for Shawn is that he decides to reverse Wasteland for GTG and misses that valley.
It's very possible. I'd say gold scale water makes a lot of sense to do at the moment. That's probably what he's gonna do.
I agree.
And there's a rupee upgrade. Huzzah. Let's see.
You may now carry more minerals.
Let's see, does this maze have anything of value? And immediately you're just gonna fill up that wall.
The maze having value truly comes down to what you view as value.
Did he see anything in the... I didn't see anything in the maze. Granted, it was kind of hard for me to tell from this viewpoint.
Yeah, it was very chain linky.
I didn't see anything in the maze, but could be wrong.
Bossage got his strength from Gruta Valley Hammers.
Yep, the 2 strength locations he knows, Gerudo Valley Hammer and Tektite Grotto. And Gold Scale is inside of Deku Tree, which Bossage did not go to. So Shawn found Tektite Grotto already, or found the Gold Scale needed to get the strength out of Tektite.
Basically, whoever's in the lead depends on if Iron Boots are here in GTG.
It's currently a race for Irons and Strength 2 because Mirror Shield is on top of the arch in front of Spirit. So
Yeah, as soon as
whenever you're ready for Spirit, you just jump up there, grab a Mirror Shield, and go.
And they both have their boss key already, so it's going to be a go-moded Spirit Temple, most likely.
Probably, yeah. Of course, the Irons could be the factor, of course. Let's say there ends up being a strength in GTG somewhere, which it doesn't look like that'll be the case. But in theory, if it was, then it would be like there's like this big chest here.
Oh, there's a nice Phantom getting killed there. Hey, we got a paperweight.
It's just like the real reward. So there must have been something inside the maze that was just hard to see from our viewpoint, because Bossage is certainly committing the maze.
And Shawn is going to water.
Oh, okay. Oh. He didn't see what was in the maze, so he just got some keys to check. Okay.
I think Shawn is going to GTG.
Ice arrows replaced with blue fire arrows, but that would actually make them useful.
So unless Shawn just completely misses the hammer check. Oh, he's also going to do lab dive, probably.
Yeah, he's doing lab dive. He's here. Yeah, blue fire arrows would actually be cool, so that they can't replace ice arrows then. Oh, Bossage is going for big pose. That's a real hard gamble to make when you have Deku Tree on the cards, honestly.
And Shawn going back down for Water Temple now.
He's saying screw the gamble. He's going to Deku.
Yep, going to Deku, get his strength 2. Or get his gold scale to go strength 2.
He's gonna get strength 2, and then he's gonna go spirit, and then hope irons are in there, so he doesn't have to gamble on gold scale.
Shawn's gonna drop for his wind over here.
Yeah, so killing the Poe refreshes the spawn, so that way you can run out and just you can run basically instead of having an opponent, you can run back and forth and hope big Poe spawns and just shoot it from your feet instead of on horseback.
I've actually only seen that trick work like twice.
Like I said, because the thing is, when you're on Epona, the big Poe spawn chance is 100%. Versus when you're not on Epona, it's like 40% chance to spawn or something. So you truly are gambling in that position.
Now the next question is how early is this key going to be?
We'll see. Yeah, if Shawn reverses the GTG, then it'll be a while before he gets that hammer check. If he decides to walk the GTG from Water Temple, that would actually end up being the correct play for him, because then he'll get strength 2. Of course, Bossage is gonna find his gold scale in here, and honestly, might just leave after he finds it.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't at that point, because we already know where Mirror Shield is, and he knows where Strength 2 is.
He might stay in... I doubt he'd... Yeah, he wouldn't stay. Yeah, he has gold scale. He better just leave.
Either that, or he decides to just clear just so we can have that Kokiri Emerald just... Or not, the Dora Sapphire just so he can... In case you need Epona.
Which I doubt. At that point, I'm not even sure if just gambling for the big Poe would be faster than actually just clearing Fire Temple. I'm pretty sure gambling for big Poe is just quicker at that point.
Very true. So this race has went from deciding whether or not Iron Boots were in GTG to which way does Shawn go when he finishes Water Temple.
Yeah, if he hoofs it in GTG from Water Temple, then he's gonna get that strength real fucking fast. Of course, another thing that'll help determine this race is who finds their Water Boss key first.
Very true. Since the beginning, though, this is really our first major divergence. This whole Deku to GTG thing, I should say.
Yeah, it's mostly just been done in different orders, but yeah, Shawn did Deku significantly earlier, which kind of puts him ahead, maybe? It's hard to say at this point. It's really hard to say at this point. It is still really hard to say who's, like, truly ahead of the other. It really is going to be just based off of which way does Shawn go to GTG. That is really going to be, like, the playmaker.
There's the gold scale for Bossage, and it looks like he is going to finish Deku.
Looks like it.
Yeah, if Central Pillar's a thing and we're playing Look for the Iron Boots, that's scary. But then again, the Iron Boots could just be sitting in Spirit Dome. Oh, big chest. Oh, imagine if this big chest is Strength 3. It's a bow. So we can now confirm that the bow on Bongo Bongo was the first logical bow. Oh, there's the boss key. Surprised he didn't immediately force went out. If Shawn can remember how to play Zelda's Lullaby. He knows where Mir is, but he needs to get that second strength. And he doesn't know where the second strength is. We know where it is, but he does not. Which is why he's still clearing more areas in here. And we have a big Poe.
Oh, sorry about that. I got a sudden phone call from the boss man.
No worries. Shawn has decided to go after Dark Link, and we have a big Poe.
Alright, well, let's see. Was this a logical 80? Nope. No logical 80.
Yeah, the moment Bossage grabs this Strength 2, he'll go to, more than likely go to Spirit and just clean up Spirit and save Water for last, just hoping that the Iron Boots are in there so he doesn't have to gold scale it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be the best play to make. Shawn definitely having a tough time with the Dark Link fight.
Yeah, Dark Link trolled him pretty bad. I don't know why Shawn didn't just force Wind out and clear the dungeon and come back for this, but that is a question I can ask him in the interview.
Yeah, that's very true.
As Bossage picks up Strength 2, and here we go. No, he is going Water Temple first.
Interesting. Honestly, I would go Spirit first, because then, hey, maybe just on the way you see Iron Boots.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh, big chest and river. Which doesn't quite matter at this point.
This is strength that matters a lot.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
And it's condom.
Yeah, just always went out of here. Yeah, I'm not sure why he decided to full clear water. Like,
it had to be for strength.
I get.
In all honesty, it's got to be he was making a play for strength, hoping strength was there.
It's got to be a play for strength, but also at this point, like, Iron Boots is more than likely Strength 2 locked. More than likely.
Oh, and he's not having a good time getting Morpha either.
Oh. All these time losses from Dark Link, from Morphas, and a race this close is legitimately very important at this point.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, he still can't get it! Okay, there we go. That would have been very frustrating that he missed it that time.
Uh-huh.
Now the real question is, if you're Shawn, how behind do you feel not having that second strength by now? Because sadly, as much as I think Shawn isn't going to warp, I see Shawn warping the Spirit and reverse Wasteland to GTG.
I mean, Reverse Wasteland is faster, I think, from this position. Which makes sense. I mean, that is true. He could check Light Arrow cutscene, but for strength. But I don't know. In my mind, I would at this point, I would assume Water is Strength 2 locked. That Strength is somewhere before Water. It just makes the most sense.
And
okay, he's checking Light Arrow's cutscene.
Now, if Light Arrow's cutscene has strength 2, that'll be just funny.
Yeah.
Nope, Bloopy. And here he goes to Reverse Wasteland.
No, he's not. He's serenading.
Oh, he's serenading.
He's going the regular. Yeah, he's going the regular way, which is actually going to play out really well in his favor. He doesn't know it yet, but that ends up being the absolute correct play.
This race is now going to be all about execution. How soon does Shawn get those strength 2, and how he does the Spirit? So the real question is going to come down to how badly does Troll Rolla troll?
It's going to be that. Bossage, at this point, though, he's not looking for strength, so at the moment he finds Boss Key, he's out of water. And straight over to Spirit.
There's maybe going to be... Looking at... He's going the exact same route in here that Shawn did. So I'm thinking there's going to be maybe a minute difference between the two of them.
The main difference is Shawn committed to checking the Dark Link path, which Bossage is absolutely not going to do. Unless he checks that first, which I doubt it. But overall, Bossage will have a significantly faster water temple.
Oh, this is going to be crazy. That sums up this race in the one word, crazy.
Hey, at this point, Iron Boots is 100% in Spirit Temple. There's literally no other place in the game Iron Boots could be in. His last location, Spirit. So what's also funny then is, if you made the play like before people did Ice Cavern, if you decided to just go to GTG across Valley, that absolutely would have been a good play at the start too.
Oh yeah.
You would have found the Strength 1 immediately before Ice Cavern.
And Shawn's about to find his strength 2, and he's immediately going to warp the Spirit. So both runners are pretty much in go mode right now.
They both literally hit go mode at the exact same time. With Bossage finding the boss key, just locking in the fact that he doesn't need Iron Boots.
Now, we also got to
And-
take into factor that Shawn cleared child side when he was a child.
Yeah. He already did most of Spirit. Granted, at this point, they're only looking for the bare minimum amount of keys to just continue the dungeon.
Oh, that's true, because they already have boss key, too. They got boss key from child side. Oh.
So they're just looking for the 3 keys needed to get to the top as adult. That's it. Then they're out of there.
And Shawn has one already. Yeah, Kirby, I saw that. I was like, oh, God.
That would have been painful.
But hilarious.
It would be hilarious. That could be potentially losing the race painful. Imagine if you lost the race because Toucan Sam kicked your ass on top of the yard.
We're going to see a much cleaner Morpha here from Bossage.
I'm surprised Shawn is going to check this one, because it's a long time for one check. He already has a key. Like, I would have just committed to just playing ZL and getting those chests up there. I think, because that's 4 chests that could have a key to continue to get way more chests. It's a lot of work for one.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, that's probably your Iron Boots right there.
That is honestly, that is probably Iron Boots. Yeah, Bossage having a much cleaner execution in Water Temple is gaining his time back. Will cleaner routing and execution bring Bossage back up to the top?
That's really going to be... It's going to be the routing. It's going to be how much Troll Rova trolls.
Yeah, there's one key to access most of Spirit in ZL, or on the way up to the Iron Knuckle fight's probably going to be another key.
Yeah, Shawn's execution is really starting to struggle these last 2 dungeons.
I mean, this late into the seed, it's almost 3 hours in for a non-AD seed. This is a time when you're constantly checking race time, being like, oh man, is the other person completing the game yet? Is the other person completed it yet? And that's when you're checking constantly. Because this is about the time when you're thinking, if you're assuming the other person routed better than you, then you're thinking that they're at Ganon about to kill him at this point.
Oh, yeah. Shawn is on go mode now. He has all the keys he needs.
Bossage is going to find that same position here very shortly.
So right now, it's Shawn's race to lose. It's all on his execution. And on Bossage, he just has to keep doing what he's been doing. His execution these last couple dungeons has been fantastic.
Yeah, I think the smarter play is going down the middle if you don't know anything, but looks like they're both going for the right room instead. Yeah, this is when all those mistakes of, not taking 2 cycles or so to get Morpha in because you couldn't hookshot Morpha in at the start. Just all these little mistakes that cost you, 10-15 seconds of time, but they're basically a minute apart. Any mistake like that is race costing at this point.
Yeah, and here's the biggest thing I think is going to decide this race: going in to face Twin Rova. Twin Rova has trolled so many racers. Nice clean iron knuckle there.
Even something like someone missing the one cycle on Ganon could be enough.
Let's see how much the troll wants to troll today.
Oh no! Oh, okay. Twin Rova played nice. I was about to be worried, like, oh no.
Shawn got bailed out there. I thought for sure, like,
almost an
oh
oh no moment.
Like this one here.
Yeah. Are you gonna get bailed out? Oh, you get bailed out again.
Wow.
You should be locking them down with the hook shot.
And again, he is saved again.
He's getting a really nice Twin Rova. It's no like, you know, like the double or triple or the faded triple, but I mean, this is a pretty fast Twin Rova in terms of RNG. That's the first one that hasn't gone his way. Oh, you got,
Oh!
Barely gets it.
Wow, Troll didn't troll that hard. Yeah, Trollrunner tried, gave Shawn quite a few scares there. I'm interested in seeing how Bossage's fight goes. And there's the one cycle for Shawn.
Very clean iron knuckle fight. Bossage could make up time by having an even better Twin Rova than Shawn did.
Yeah, you can say as long as he doesn't have more than one pass where he doesn't get the shot, then he saves time.
Unless they don't comply like this and decide to just fly around for a little bit.
Shawn summons the bridge at 3:03. Happy 3 hours, everybody.
Oh. Bossage gonna get saved. Oh, Bossage gets saved.
Bossage gets saved. Ooh. It's gonna come down to Ganon execution for Shawn. And there's the one cycle on Twin Rova for Bossage. Nice clean Twin Rova.
They're probably both going to be in the Ganon boss fight at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, that was probably closer to what Shawn wanted it to be there.
Iron Knuckle almost hit him again.
I know.
If he would have died there, that would have been... That's like a heartbreaking.
Well, Shawn summoned the Rainbow Bridge at 303, so we'll find out here in a second how close it is. It's probably going to be like a 2.5 minute difference.
Yeah, it's going to be about 2.5 minutes. Takes like 15, 20 seconds to run there.
And a very clean Ganon by Shawn.
Does get the one cycle on him.
It's just a matter of how long it takes him to slice off some bacon.
Yeah, Shawn has to really Papega this fight to lose this race at this point.
Like I said, when he got the strength too, it was his fight to lose from that point going forward. And Shawn is moving on to phase 2 of the fight. It really came down to Bossage's decision to go do GTG over going to Deku. That's really the big decision that hurt Bossage. And
the GTG decision, and also him spending like a minute or two trying to get the big pose, gambling on AD being required.
That's true. And then Shawn making the decision to go to GTG from Water Temple instead of Reverse Wasteland.
Yeah, if Shawn would have reverse wastelanded, this would have been Bossage's race, I think.
So all that's left is to cut the bacon and make sure you have your GGs ready in chat, because this one is all but done. And at 3:08:40, Shawn has won this race, with Bossage just starting the Ganon fight.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just cleans it out at this point.
Oh yeah, at this point you might as well just get it done. I mean, this was a really good race.
Yeah, this is literal victory by about 2.5, 3 minutes tops. Shawn is celebrating water temple. Victory swim.
It was overall just a really entertaining race. The runners put on a great show. Had some execution errors for Shawn in those last 2 dungeons, but once he got over those, he just nailed the execution of Ganon's Tower.
Hey, you know what, Shawn? You should go check that chest in Spirit Temple to make sure that was Iron Boots, because I was 99% certain that one big chest you saw in Spirit was Iron Boots.
Yeah, that would surprise me at all if it was Iron Boots. I wonder why he is going to check. Probably check GTG.
Yeah, he might be. I guess in theory it could be the strength for him in GTG too. It's about the only other place you have to really checked. Oh, he didn't save for a while, so he needs to get strength 2 first.
And get your GGs in chat for Bossage. He had an amazing race. His execution was spot on for a good majority of it. And it was just that one decision to GTG before Decky that really put him behind.
One decision costing the race. Realistically, you had to gamble between them. It really was the one decision that won or lost the race for you.
Still an overall fantastic race by both runners. The routing was pretty spot on.
It looks like we are going to go see that chest here in a second.
Are we going to get either of them in for interviews today?
That's a good question. Yeah, Shawn, while we're watching to see if that one check was indeed Iron Boots in Spirit Temple.
It has to be, right?
That's what we said.
That's what we were saying when we saw it. Like, that has to be Iron Boots. There's no other option.
Yeah, the moment you opened the door, I said, "Oh, there's the Iron Boots."
That's what I said. But I didn't realize I didn't save until before I beat water.
All in all, Shawn, really good race. You and Bossage were neck and neck through all of it.
Yeah, I am not surprised on that. Me and Bossage did VU Weekly every weekend, and we were 1.5 minutes apart. So I knew it was going to be a close one. Yeah, it's the Iron Boots. Of course, it's the Iron Boots. Had to be.
Why wouldn't it be the Iron Boots?
Iron Boots strength lock, need gold scale logically to get strength 2.
That strength was.
Shawn, just to let you know, your entire race depended on 2 decisions, one by Bossage, one by you. Yours was the decision not to reverse Wasteland to go to GTG. And you got your second strength. Had you reversed Wastelanded, you would have been the reverse situation. You would have been probably 3 or 4 minutes behind Bossage.
Yeah.
His decision was he went to GTG before going to Deku.
Yeah, he cleared out GTG before doing Deku, and GTG was empty. It didn't really have anything.
I hate GTG.
It also
is honestly my least favorite dungeon.
It also helped that you did do child side spirit as child, because you went in to adult spirit having that extra key where bosses didn't have that extra key.
Yeah, well, I kind of messed myself over a bit because I forgot where I saved in spirit when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
So I set up the save scum to have 2 keys there, so I only needed 1 key to climb, and completely forgot where I'd, like, in the heat of a moment, where I'd saved. So I just went on with it. I was like, I'm not risking it. I don't want to just save scum like tons of progress for no reason. So I just went with it. It was like, all right, fine. I'll just have to find the other keys, I guess.
Warren Dog. Yeah, Shawn won. It was about 3 minutes difference.
Yeah, just under 3 minutes.
It was all in all. It came down to that decision by you to walk to GTG instead of reverse wastelanding. That made the decision for you, and Bossage deciding to go to GTG before going to Deku. That actually was a big time sink because he had to do the time swap, age swap from child to adult.
Yeah. So I was like really getting panicked about the strength because I knew like 2 hours and 20 minutes in, the not
only having 1 strength.
Well, I didn't even have that. I don't think. I think I was in Deku at the point. And
yeah.
Like I breathed such a loud sigh of relief getting that gold scale. I spooked my my roommate who had his headphones on in the room because I was so just like, yes, gold scale. Finally, I could get strength.
It's a wonderful
Finally,
feeling.
You can clear forest. Jesus.
The late strength was the whole reason why I did Hammer Rocks as well. Was because I was like, if it's in GTG, like Requiem, you just get out of ice, and you could do that very early. Like I went there late.
Yeah, both of you went there pretty much around the same time.
Yeah, other than 2 divergences, you guys were neck and neck every step of this race.
Yeah, you two routed very similarly. The main difference early on was Bossage had probably the longest child one I have ever seen.
1 hour and 10 minutes, child one.
How'd you even drag it that long?
Because he did bottom of the well way earlier. And he found the Rudo's letter.
Because you get, I guess because you just
found the Rudo's and the rain early.
Yeah, no, okay, no, it makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, I forgot that Storms was just chilling in Sun Songgrave.
And
we saw you didn't do composers for a while. I was like, when is he gonna route this in? Like he passed by this several times.
And Shawn, I don't know if you found all 3 of the bows, but we did find all 3 bows during this, and that that first bow was on Bongo.
I felt so big brain for that bow. Like I probably got it last on Restream as well. Knowing me.
No, you you got it first by like 3 minutes. You both were in shadow at the same time.
Yeah. See, I like it was just for lack of anything in CAC. Like I said the whole time when I was in Shadow and I was going on the boat, I was like, bow's just going to be on 20 skulls. I've messed this up. Oh no, I don't know the setup to get to Bongo off the top of my head. So I was racking my brain for that setup. And then I got the bow and I just felt so justified.
Yes,
yeah, the very last check of a stone shadow that was dead as shit. So the very final
Apart
check.
from a very, very important bow.
Yeah, that one bow. God. Yeah, both of you had the same idea because it was one of those like you check CAC, there's nothing. All you have is magic, and then you get Nocturne from burning CAC. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know how much more the game has to scream in your face to tell you to go do Shadow immediately.
Oh, I
with
know.
those 2 items.
Yeah, your only divergences were how early you went adult and you did DC and he did Jabu first, but then you guys immediately flipped. You did Jabu and he did DC, and then you both met in Shadow again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm not surprised that this was close. I knew from the weekly the day before that it was going to be insanely close between me and Bossage, and I'm glad it was close again. I'm extra glad that I won, because if I lost, I would have been out, and my streak of losing in Challenge Cup would have continued. But that's finally over, and I'm really happy about it.
What is your standing right now in Challenge Cup?
I'm 1-1 after this.
Oh, nice.
But I went 0-3 in the first Challenge Cup, so I was like,
I'm 0-2 right now, baby. Let's see if I get 0-3 on Thursday. Hell yeah.
And Shawn, the big thing I gotta say is this time, unlike the last time, because I called your match where I think you went 0-3. That was my first time doing comms. And that race, you were a good 25 minutes behind. You made a comeback to finish 5 behind. You made a mad dash.
Yeah, and Diggers, do you know who that was against?
Wasn't that against
current number
Icola?
1 seed, Icola.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't that Icola?
Icola's like on something else now.
Yeah. I don't even know what goes through his brain, to be honest. When I see him making his decisions, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I want to know. Like, I want to know what he's thinking.
Now, Shawn, I do have to ask, how much did you think you were behind there in the final 2 dungeons? Because you started really making just... Your execution wasn't on. The Morpha fight screams to me that you just had a really, really rough time there.
It's not that. It's funny story. I asked my roommate to buy me a new controller today whilst I was at work, because my controller was busted, or like semi-busted, and I lost a race to Tanjo yesterday because my R button didn't press all the way down, and I accidentally hammered for ground instead of power crouch stabbing Ganon, and lost by like 30 seconds.
Ouch.
Yeah, this new controller was broken after 1 minute in the seed. I had to switch controllers during this run.
Yeah, I saw at the start you weren't moving forward at full speed, and I was like, wait, what's going on?
I have no idea what's happening. I don't know if it's like a new one and I need to like break it in a bit.
Like a GameCube controller, or
yeah, it's a GameCube controller. I'm on Wii VC, so I'm using official GameCube. I might just need to like break it in it because it looked like it had not been used for a while. But that scared me. I was like, no, not. And then my audio on stream's been messed up the whole stream. For some reason, it's just like, I called it mood mode because it's like a tone lower and slightly slower. But it makes for some really cool sounding music.
Nice.
That's good. Well, all in all, it was a really good stream. I'm not sure. Are we going to be getting Bossage in here for an interview, or...
Bossage said he wasn't doing an interview.
Oh, all right. Chat, do you have any questions for Shawn? Any questions about the seed?
The seed that was mostly nice, except for strength, where it made you run an entire gauntlet to get a single strength.
Yeah.
Well, gauntlet for strength, mostly for strength too, because it's one of like both of you did ice and then shadow, like, and both of you waited quite a bit to get the hammer rocks. And one of those, like, hammer rocks is actually really early in logic, so both of you could have gotten strength 1 pretty early.
You also
didn't cross my mind until the end.
Shawn, you had your long shot a lot earlier than Bossage. You'd gone back and gotten your long shot on your set child 2. Bossage didn't. He got it on his child 2, but his child 2 was so much later because he had the hour and 10-minute child 1.
Yeah.
So this whole race came down to just a matter of small decision, as Red kept pointing out the entire race. All the little small time losses just added up at the end.
Yeah, it really was a race of even tiny mistakes that didn't seem like they'd mattered that much. When it's this close, ended up being a big factor.
Yeah, they always do. It's spooky sometimes, especially watching it back.
I was worried that like Toucan Sand was gonna knock you off the arch, and that would have been like race ending.
That was so close. I was like, ah! Like I will admit there were a few nerves going in towards the end. Because you know it's a 1v1. Like 1v1s are scary. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, there's a point where you start, especially 3 hours in a non-AD seed, you're checking race time. You're like, did they finish yet? Did they like?
Whenever I race, I don't have race time up, but in 1v1s, I have to have it up in case of like FPA. Mm-hmm. So I had it open and I was just kept glancing at it, and I was like, oh god, Bossage is gonna finish. Bossage is gonna finish. Bossage is gonna finish.
Also, I have to.
Yeah, go on, Dave.
Oh, I lost my question. My brain died on me. Sorry.
That's so good. So I was just going to rant a little bit more. So you know.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. You got bailed out quite heavily by Trollrova there. You had a couple of shots that you weren't going to get until all of a sudden Trollrova just came right back across the screen.
That last shot was the seed smiling on me. Being able to just about like, because I know that if you Z target when you've got the beam on you, you like sort of, because of how you pull your shield through and the hitbox, for some weird reason, you can like curve the beam from behind your left shoulder. So yeah. I just took a wild stab in the dark that was going to work, and it did. And I was like, cool.
Well, I have no other questions for Shawn. The chat didn't produce anything. Bread, do you have anything else, or are we going to be wrapping this up now?
I think this is about good to wrap up.